Where are we? I'm not sure if we are live. Anyway,
are we alive?
Let me check. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Oh,
Hello.
we are?
Hi. Well, good evening, everybody. We are again on Bridges of Light, and tonight we're going to be again with Zoe Henderson speaking about animals, angels, and healing. Hi, Zoe. How are you?
Hi, I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm really, really good. And there are already a few people joining us this afternoon and tonight actually.
Okay.
Just tell me a little bit about how you were received last time, how people enjoyed, having you on here. We loved it. We love you. People are just like mesmerized about your work, about what you do with the animals, about how you heal them, because of course they are the most amazing creatures that we have on this beautiful universe. So please do tell us a little bit about that. I mean, first of all, how did you come that you then decided that you wanted to be working with the animals, with pets, but also possibly with some other
yes. Well, I was brought up with animals. My father was in general practice. He had his own practice as a doctor in Scotland. And myself and my twin sister were brought up in the most amazing place in Scotland. But Daddy absolutely loved animals. So he collected them. So any strays or any animals, when he was going on his rounds and they were hit and we found them on the road, he would pick them up. So we had birds and dogs, cats, any strays, anything that needed help, Daddy would collect. And from, different animals as well, like animals from the zoo when we'd visit the zoo, because he was friendly with the owner there. And if the owner had an animal like a monkey, like a chimpanzee, that wasn't doing very well, he'd say, "Oh, doctor, I'm very sorry, but I've got this chimpanzee and I don't know what's wrong with him and he's not getting any better." And Daddy would say, "I'll take him," and then we'd take him home. So there were different alligators, different animals. We had 30 in the house at home.
Oh, wow.
That we used to help get back to being well again. But I used to hold them while Daddy was stitching them or putting splints on their wings, whatever. And they just seemed to be healing quicker. And I just got used to it. So that's how we started.
What I want to ask you is that you heal any animals, but do you also communicate with them?
Yes.
Telepathically?
Yes, yeah.
That always fascinated me. How do you do that?
It's almost automatic. And of course, horses are my passion.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that really, because I love all animals, but horses are my passion. And I had them in my childhood, and I did one day eventing. But I zoom into their heads, so you go through their eyes, but it's actually, you do it from your heart to soul, because all animals, they don't talk in words with you, but they listen and they give you the feelings, and it's the feelings for like love to love, heart to heart, heart to soul, and it goes through the energy field, and you feel it and you know it. And it's when you get to the knowing, and I've talked about this before, when you get to the knowing, you know it, and it happens. And I can zoom into a horse and look into its eyes and find out where the trauma is, so I can then heal it. And then he or she won't actually tell me in words, but tell me in either movies, pictures, or feelings, or thoughts. It can come in as thoughts, which are words really to me, but not to him. It's thoughts that come with it. So that's how it happens, and it's been automatic really since I was a child. And no, it's quite powerful.
Yeah.
And of course I can do that with humans as well, go into their heads.
Goes without saying. I would like to ask the audience, we have like 20 people listening at the moment, and of course the audience will be more and more. I would like to ask the audience if you do have any questions about animals, if you have a pet that is like needs help somehow, we can try to reply to your questions. But also tonight we're also going to speak about angels. How did you come about to know the angels? You know, as you know, I also work with the angels, and they just speak to me. I think
Yes.
people came to me when I was 3, and he has never left me. So how did you come about to meet the angels, Zoe?
Well, to begin with, I met the fairies because my mother was half Irish and English, but she was Fey, as they say in Ireland and Scotland, which means a little bit sort of into the telepathy and intuition,
Yeah.
intuition. But she used to see fairies in the garden,
Wow.
which to us maybe are angels. But then she bred chihuahuas, those little dogs, and could never sell them. So they just got more and more and more till we got 18.
Wow.
And she always used to say that her dogs weren't dogs, they were fairies in dogs' clothes. Because you know how our animals speak to us and they heal us, all animals, they're our healers. So then I was in tune with that energy anyway, and I just felt it, and I felt it many times. The angels, connected with the angels, and started working with them at an early age. And I've actually met my guardian angel.
Of course, yes. And I also want to ask you, what is this feeling, you know, when you approach an animal, let's say that somebody calls you and you just go to meet the pet or the animal, did you ever had any kind of strange reaction, not from you, but from the animal? Let's say for a horse, for instance, do they all accept you, or they, you know, sometimes they're a little bit, you know, scared, or
no, they all accept because they all know what I'm about to do. And I think I told you about it, except for that one cat that I had. Do you remember the last time?
Yeah, you said.
I had this cat that I was going to heal, and the lady said, "Don't take it out of its cage because it'll go for you." And I said, "Well, I've got to open the door to do the healing." So eventually we did, and the cat just went, you know, tried to scratch me and bite me. And I just said to the cat, you know, in thought form, "I'm here to help you and to heal you." So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my hand on your head and on your back. And the cat, to begin with, and it was huge, great big black and white cat. And it just looked at me with his eyes, and his eyes were saying, "Don't even think about it." And the lady and I were killing ourselves laughing. And I said, "I've got to do it because if he wants me to heal, I've got to put my hands on." So then I said to him, "I'm going to heal you and I love you." You know, it goes with love and empathy. And so then I put my hands on his head and on his back, and he just let me do it, started purring and went to sleep. And she said, "He's never done that."
Yeah.
So they understand straight away what you're going to do, because they heal us as well. And actually, when I go to the stables and I'm healing the horses, they're actually healing me back.
Yeah, of course.
It's just fantastic. But they know, and they just know what I'm saying and what I'm doing. Yeah, they all accept it.
The other question is I have, which I actually prepared, and I do not know whether you have experienced this or not, but have you ever gone to a zoo and of course see these poor animals which are kept in cages? Have you ever spoken to them about?
Yes, yeah, I have.
Yeah, and what do they say?
Well, some of them are happy and some of them are not. And so if I'm near animals that are hurting, and they're behind bars or something, I just put my hands up and do the healing that way, or else do it
telepathically.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I also wanted to ask you, what is the situation between, I mean, you know, how, I mean, do you also work with the angels and animals together? I mean, do you call upon the angels' power of healing when
Yep.
you work when we work with the animals?
Yes, with everybody.
Yeah. And you were telling me a story, which we're not going to go into details before we started, about some missing animals, because I was asking you if you do also work with the police or with the,
Yeah.
you know, and you were telling me the story. Why don't you tell our audience about what happened, please?
Yes, I'll be careful how I tell this one because it's pretty horrific. So I'm just going to skip the details and tell the process.
Yeah.
So what had happened, I was in this particular country and they heard about the work that I could do police work. So then they got hold of me and said, would you be prepared to find where these animals are being tortured and killed? And I said, yes, I'll tune in. So I tuned in. They gave me some details and then I tuned in and I said, okay, I know where they are. So we went into police cars and I showed them where to go up in the hills. And then we stopped and then I walked through some fields and I said, I'll lead you to where it was. So I led them to where this particular animal was tortured.
Yeah.
And I said, this is where it happened. And actually, they did give it an anesthetic at first, horrors. And it was exactly the same place that this animal had been found. And then then they took me back to, he was a bit like Poirot, you know, the Inspector Poirot. He was that sort of look really quite funny, but it wasn't funny. And so then we went into his office and he put out a map and he said, can you tell me where they're going now? So we want to catch them. I said, yes, and I'll show you where they are. And I put the route in where they'd been and where they were going. They did have a hut in the woods that was for trophies, so that was there. There were two of them, two guys. And then I said they were in a tuk-tuk, which is a white one, car, a Land Rover thing. And I gave them the number plate.
Wow.
And I also said there's a red, yellow. It was a yellow streak of paint on the side of the car, so you'll recognize it straight away. And they actually found it. So that went from that, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Also, there is a lady who's asking a question. I do not know whether you can tune in a cat right now as we speak or not. She's saying, I have a cat. Her name is Keira. We rescued her last year. She doesn't like to be taken in her arms. She gets very scared. I wonder if she had some kind of trauma before we rescued her.
Yes. Definitely. Right. I'll ask her just to, I'll do it. I can do it now and just send the cat healing through the name and at the moment. But if she sends me the photo of her cat by email, then I can help her that way. Because
so, but Alessia, you heard what Zoe is saying. If you send her by email the pictures of your cat, then she will do that. But she already replied to that saying that, yes, she did have some kind of traumas.
Yeah.
So you can actually just feel that, right?
Yes.
You feel that.
Yes. And if you remember last time we did this, we had a horse that had like a golf ball lump on its back.
Yeah.
So I went straight to work on that. It's gone down now, but it had gone down before the show, hadn't it?
Yeah. And to reply to Alessia, I have a similar cat that he did not like to be taken in the arms or anything. And Zoe did some work on him, and now he's the most docile kind of cat. He's so cute and so sweet. So yes, so of course. Well, you're very well known in the world for the work you do with the animals. Zoe,
Yeah.
and with the people, of course. So it was very, very, very kind of, it's very important, you know, for us to have you here. It's like an amazing gift. And for the people who are listening in, Zoe has promised me, although she doesn't do that on like live, and let's hope that Tamara does not say anything about it, but Zoe
She's
is
listening. What?
she said no, okay. I know she said no, I sensed that. But Zoe has agreed to give 3 angel readings live today. So if you have any question, please kind of write them down here on the chat so that Zoe can just tune in and give her some angel readings. Of course, everybody will like a reading, but only 3 people that I choose randomly in the people that are going to be, you know, the first 3 people, so to speak. So what I would like to say, first of all, as we are waiting for the cards to come, okay, well, Alessia, first of all, has got another question. She wants to ask you if you can clear the aura of the animals.
Yes.
Yes, you can. How do you do that? I mean, do you do that yourself, or you can teach us how to do it?
Well, I can. Yes, I can teach everything. But yes, I just zoom in. And when I'm doing healing, on people, of course, I work on their auras too, and the energy field, because all our traumas sit in the energy field, and other people's stuff come into our auras and energy field. So that needs to be cleared. Yeah, it can be done.
While we wait for people to ask questions about an angel reading with your cards, I would like to ask you a question about Bridges of Light. I would like to know where Bridges of Light is going internationally.
Oh, very good.
Yes, since I'm the founder, and the Italian part, of course, is really kind of growing fast, but we're actually building up the international side as well. So the question is how it will go, so to speak.
How do you go?
No, it's our group, you know, the group.
Oh, yeah.
So like a general reading about our group. So everybody is interested in listening to it and then, you know, knowing how this group is going to go in the future.
Well, it's expanding already.
Yes.
As you know, and you've got big ideas here because you want to go all the way around the world. Yeah. I think, don't you? Yeah. So we've got the Middle East. That's Dubai.
Yeah.
And
got a few people here from Dubai who are listening in already.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm reading you now because I'm reading where you want to go. So.
But I mean, that is my personal thing that we are not going to kind of tell publicly here. That is my personal journey. I was actually more wondering about the group, you know, because we have like more than 100 speakers, you know, from, you know, Italian and worldwide.
Yes.
So, you know, I really would like to know if you feel, or possibly you can pick up a card for us to just let us know where this is going.
Yeah, well, it's going worldwide, that's for sure. And
while we do that, we are waiting for people to ask questions so that Zoe can give you an angel card reading. So, you know, any question, don't be shy, just ask.
You see, this one, okay, may not answer exactly your question, but you'll know what I mean.
Okay, go ahead.
So it's saying you're at the end of a cycle in your life. Call upon your angels to comfort you and to guide you to your next step. Happiness awaits you now.
Okay, that's good. That's
and you know, yeah. So that's on the end of your cycle, moving into a new one. That's good.
Okay. So Mariella is asking you, is it true that horse therapy is used when people have problems of depression, self-control, and for every kind of trauma?
Yes.
Horse therapy.
Yes, horses are amazing. You can get well, children with disabilities, either mentally or physically. Horses are great healers, and with mental problems too, sitting on a horse and getting the connection helps mentally and physically. Yeah, for sure. I mean, they have schools mostly around the world now for stables that help mental and physical.
You know that a few years ago I was in England and we took a group of autistic children to swim with the dolphins.
Yeah, fabulous.
We went to swim with the dolphins and we took them and they were just like enjoying it. And also the dolphins are very, very intelligent animals. So, you know, it is like, and they're very, very healing. I love the dolphins, actually. I go to swim with them all the time when I feel the urge of doing so.
Oh, they're fantastic.
We're not getting any questions, strangely.
Oh, that's fine.
Because people are possibly scared to, you know, ask things publicly. I'm not sure, but you know, we do have 20 people, so I'm still asking you if you have a question, a personal question to ask Zoe with her angel cards. Please come forward.
Yes. Or if they don't want to do that, you can ask them if they'd like me just to pick a card, a random card for them that means for a message, if they don't want to ask.
Yeah, if you do not want to have, okay, so Lara is saying, I have a peculiar experience. I was very tired and suddenly my right ear popped and ring very loudly. After that, I felt energized and revigorized. My sister suggested I could be an angel work. May I ask if that could be it, please? I'm an energy worker, but I don't know very much the angel subject. Thank you very much in advance. So she had a popped here, and so she felt like possibly it was an angel that was talking to her or something. So what do you think about that?
Well, it depends how and when, but very often you can, I'm not so sure about a popping because it could well be, but sometimes when you hear like a high-pitched sound in your ears, that's very often the angels. So it's high sounds normally, but it depends it depends on the circumstances, what she was doing. It could be, but normally it's a high-pitched. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Amazing. So now, going back to the animals, what is, you did, while we're waiting for the questions, what is the most peculiar, not peculiar, but the best experience you had with some animals? Can you tell us some stories about them?
Yes. There was one horse that I was called to, and this lady phoned me up and she said, I don't know what's happening with this horse, but it's very scary. It's the vet can't do anything. It looks as if it's going to die. Can't find out what it is. And it's a one-day eventer, amazing jumper and cross-country and dressage. And it's just in the stables, it's hardly it can't walk and falling down in the stable and looks really, really sad. And we just don't know what to do. And she was crying. And I said, okay, I'm on my way. So off I went, got in the car and shot off. And then when I got there and went into the stable, I thought, oh my goodness. And I said, right, okay, I'm just going to put my hands on the horse and find out what I can feel. And I was looking into his eyes and it was really sad. And when I put my hand on his back, it felt like I was putting my hand on a carpet and there was nothing underneath. Oh, and wow. I couldn't feel any of his body, organs or anything. It was just like an empty carpet. And I said to her, do you know, he feels as if he's got nothing inside him. He's empty. He's lost his energy, his will to live, everything. I can't even feel if there's any illnesses inside him because there's nothing there. That's how I feel it. And she said, well, the vets are ready to put him down. I said, well, don't, because we'll get it back. And she said, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to heal him. So for an hour, I had my hands on him and talked to him, and he was in a depression, and did the healing. And by the time the hour had finished, I could feel everything come back in his body. Right. He stood up, eyes perked up, and could move. And after that, the next day, he went back into 1 day of renting, more or less.
Oh, wow.
Galloping away in the paddock. And then she was just absolutely over the moon. The vets were astounded. They said it's impossible. And he's still working now. That was a few years ago.
Okay. Yeah. So we have two questions. The first one is about animals. Naz is asking, do animals decide before birth which human life or family they would like to be with? And do they have a purpose within that family?
Yeah. Well, most animals choose their owners. And is she talking about a horse or all animals?
No, animals in general.
Yeah, they all do. And with horses, for instance, they teach you emotions. They teach you the different emotions and how to feel. And it's more connection and love and loyalty and empathy.
Oh, wow.
Well, all animals teach that too. But yeah, all animals choose you and they teach you lessons like our children do.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So are you kind of considered like a horse whisperer?
Yeah.
So that in America they use these terms for people who like speak and talk. And
yes, yeah.
Anyway, Sarah has gotten a question to ask your angel cards. Sarah is the lady who spoke to you before. She's also a horse lover. She's also a healer. And she's a very good friend of mine. So she's asking, can I ask you can I ask the angels, if I will be able to go and living in the countryside, please?
If she what?
If she's going to be living in the countryside.
Oh, living in the countryside.
She wants to move and live in the countryside.
It looks very much like that, feels like that. I'm just going to give her some cards as well. Well, she wants to, doesn't she? Okay, so these are the three cards that I've picked up for her. You are a light worker. God needs you to shine your divine light and love like an angel upon the earth and all of the inhabitants. She is a healer.
She's a healer, we know that.
Yeah. And yes, the timing is right for this new venture. A happy outcome follows your positive expectations because she's thinking about it.
Yeah, so let me see the card, please. So we show the card so we can see it. So Sarah, you see there are animals here. So, if you're thinking the timing is right, they're saying, okay, good. And then the other one?
And the last one, well, victory, it's a horse.
It's a horse, wow.
There's a horse. Victory, your desire is coming to fruition. Keep up the good work. Confirmation.
It's a unicorn rather than a horse.
Yes, it is. I love my horses.
Yeah.
It's a unicorn, yeah.
And
okay.
We have another question. Naz would like to have a general reading about her with the angels, please. Like 3 cards.
Yeah. Oh, lovely. Have faith and hope because there is something new on the horizon. And there is something positive and new on the horizon, but you can't see it yet. So there's something about to happen for her.
So something is going to happen for you, Naz.
Yes.
Okay.
But also there's something here with her work because she seems like this could be a life mission. This could be her life mission. You have an important life purpose involving communication and the arts, feels like it. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. I will help you.
Okay, good.
She'll know what that is. And the last one is Archangel Michael. I am with you, giving you courage to make life changes that will help you work on your divine life purpose. She's got thoughts here of where she wants to be.
Yeah.
So successful.
Successful.
Yeah.
So we have another question about animals, Zoe. We have, somebody says, we have a little puppy, 4 months. It is so sweet. It is so sweet. But it bites everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Even if we tell him not to do it.
Yeah.
He looks, okay, now. And then he looks around my daughters who lost her boyfriend 5 months ago. Possibly this guy died. And they goes and look up and look around her. What do you think of that? Do you think that he senses the person who is who lives in the other world?
Yeah, they can do that. They can do that. In fact, they do that. Animals. But with the biting, you see, he's only 4 months old. He's only learning. It's not a bad thing at the moment.
Okay, so it's learning. That's why.
Yes, he's just a puppy.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing.
So it's not a bad thing, Mariella, because it's just a puppy.
He'll come away from that.
So now another question is, the animals who are around now, do they feel the shifting that the planet Earth is occurring in the planet Earth at the moment?
Yeah.
And also, do animals help to raise the vibrations of the planet itself?
Yes. Now, you see, the thing is, with all the animals at the moment, they're very happy. Listen to the birds. The noise that they're making, it's louder. I mean, the trees are more colorful because there's no pollution. The birds are leading us. The animals are leading us. All the animals in the fields are happier.
Actually, I'll tell you something. In Italy, when we were completely locked down, like all March and most of April, in April as well, actually, we came out on the 3rd of May. All the animals, I could kind of get up in the morning and I could hear the birds chirping and all the animals. But now that we are back to kind of normal, gone completely. So it's really kind of something like
well, they feel everything. Yeah.
They feel that, and I mean, of course, the sea was much cleaner.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
We really should kind of try to learn from all that.
Well, we should. They're our teachers.
Yes. Lavesh, who is another person I've met in Dubai when I was there last time, he's also asking for a general reading. Could you
okay.
Lavesh is an Indian gentleman.
Okay. Right. Let's do. Does he want to ask a question, or he just wants a general? Yeah.
No, he wants a general.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, yes. Right. Very good. It's a good time to give birth to new ideas and situations in your life. I'm watching over you, guiding you and protecting you during these changes. Big changes happening here. It's like a rebirth.
So, Lavkesh, good changes, like new ideas, give birth to new ideas. That is happening.
Right?
Yeah.
And then the second one is you're at the end of a cycle in your life. Call upon your angels to comfort you and to guide you to your next step. Happiness awaits you now. It's like a confirmation he's on the move.
Okay.
So new beginnings.
New beginnings, yes.
And one more. You deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires and don't compromise. So just go for it. Whatever it is. Okay,
Lavkesh, did you hear that?
Yeah.
So go for it. It's new changes, new beginnings, something new is happening.
Yeah.
Something new, it's at the horizon. So just keep up the good work. I'm just reading through the question. Don't go away.
That's all right. I'm here.
Okay, so Shanti, who is also one of our best angel leaders here on Bridges of Light, she would like to know, how do you heal the sadness in animals?
Oh, well, it depends on their owners, doesn't it? So actually, this is. Can I tell a story?
Yeah, of course.
Because it depends on the owners. Sorry, what was her name?
Shanti.
Yeah, Shanti. Now, this is interesting because what happened here, I was doing a horse that does dressage, and I was called over to the stable to heal it. And what was happening, he was a head shaker. And I don't even know with the head shakers with horses, because it's very difficult to get rid of them. So anyway, it was in Switzerland, Swiss German she was. So I went into the stable and she was standing beside, so I don't know what's happening with them as a head shaker. So, and very sad, of course, but this is worse in a way. And so I said, okay, well, I'll just go into his head and do some chatting and see what's going on here. And he was very sad. And when I went in, I thought, oh, right. And I thought, can I tell her this? And I thought, I have to, for the horse's sake. So I turned around and I said, well, actually, what's happened here is transferal. You are going through a very bad divorce and you're near a nervous breakdown. You have passed that right into this horse.
Oh, wow.
And I thought, she's going to give me hell here. No. And she burst into tears and she said, absolutely right. I said, so I can't do him until I do you first. So I had to heal her first. I took her in the room above the stables and did some healing on her before I could touch the horse. So usually there's nothing wrong with the animals, it's the owners.
Okay, and when you found those little animals that have been abandoned or something, you know, how do you deal with them? Because my two cats.
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
it takes time, but you just have to tune into them and give it's love. Just give them lots of love and keep telling them that you love them and have that energy going through to them. It's like a circle, and then they'll be fine. They need to trust. They've got to learn to trust you.
Yeah. We keep talking to them actually.
Yes,
we keep talking to our cats all the time, like they were two human beings. You know?
Yeah. Well, you got magic cats.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Yeah, I know your cats.
So
I've never met them, but I know them. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We have another question. Is there any direct connection between animals and spiritual world? I mean, God, angels, the highest spiritual entities.
Yeah. Well, yes. They have spirit connections, and sometimes I'm sure a lot of people find this, that when their pets have gone into heaven, they can actually feel them around them, so around the house, or they can see a little shadow and they know it's them, because they come back and protect again. They protect you. So that can happen a lot. Or if the owner's needing help, they find they have like a visitation from the dog, like we do with humans. Yeah.
Shanti is replying, is giving you a feedback, saying that my cat lost her human's mom and dog. She lived with the dog she lived with. She is with me now, but I do feel her sadness. So, yeah.
Yeah. It's with animals, it's only love that heals. You know, just give them love the whole time, and then they respond. They give it back to you 100 times over.
Yeah. Tell me, what animals do you have right now in your house?
Animals? I wish I did. I haven't got any.
Really? How come?
Hey, no, I can't because I'm in an apartment, and the thing is, I travel too much.
Yeah,
But I've got plenty of horses that I can use if I wish,
I see. Okay, okay.
or not
So you
use,
do
but
not have
ride
any
if I wish.
pets at home? You do not have any pets at all. Okay. And
I
so,
wish. I want a cat at this moment.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, Zoe, John, just one last reading, and then we have to finish our conversation tonight. So, okay, let's see. Alessia is asking you again for a general reading, please.
Right. Okay. 3. It is safe for you to be powerful. You know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. And that card really says, take your power back because you're very powerful. You need to use it. Just take your power back.
Take your power back because you're really, really powerful. Okay?
And your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith and don't try to force it to happen.
So your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith and don't try to force it to happen. So,
it's going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also she obviously wants peace. So I am the angel of peace. I bring you new tranquility and a smoother road ahead.
Okay. I'm an angel of peace. I bring you new tranquility and a smoother road ahead. Okay, amazing.
Nice.
Nice.
Good. Yes.
Now, we have a last question. Yasmin, I do not know why you do not speak, we do not write into English, since this is an English session and you speak English because I know you. She's asking, it is possible for an animal to reincarnate and come back to you?
To reincarnate, did you say? Well, yeah, that's funny because sometimes you have another animal, one's gone and another one comes in, and you feel and know that it's the one that's gone. And yes,
amazing. So yes,
it does. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very good question, but we do write all the questions in English because then if Zoe or her assistant would like to go back to the questions and reply to them and they do not speak Italian, then, you know, how would I be able to do so? But at least we have our translators anyway. So Zoe, it was a great time and great pleasure to have you here back with us. And I just want to tell the audience that Zoe is going to be with us twice a month, every other week. We have not decided which day of the week is that yet, but we will announce on Bridges.
Lovely.
So
Lovely.
Thank you, Zoe.
Thank you very much. It's lovely to be with you. Thank
you, all of you, to be with us tonight.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye.